So you have this idea. You now want to go from making the products to actually building a brand. What are the first couple steps that you take?
Well, for the first part for us was kind of easy in that it was the beginning of the journey that we knew, which is product development. And so we really just we put our heads down and we started inventing, innovating great products, working on the materials, JJ doing all the design, the engineering, making sure the products were safe, building the tools, working with the factories. That part we knew. I mean, we were experts at that. And so we just put our heads down and we grinded for 9, 10 months. And we launched with uh, 70 products, 75
Mm.
different SKUs. We said if we were going to do this, we were going to do it big, and we had to make a mark. You know, you launch with 5, 8 SKUs, then no one really knows who you are, right? You're still kind of this small little company. Um, so how do you make all these big brands, especially the ones we used to work with, get a little nervous, right? I mean that was the point, is to make them a little nervous, to set the new bar in dog toys. Like, this is the new innovation, this is the new benchmark. We're going to set the bar in dog toys, and we're going to come make a big splash. So a year later, we launched at Super Zoo 2023. Little nerve wracking, but so that part we knew, right? We knew the product development phase
Mhm.
and the tooling. It was the selling that we didn't know if we were good at, right? It was the marketing, the distribution, the fulfillment. That part was really scary. Like, can we do that piece? Are we going to be good at it? How do we do it, right? And I think that what we did was really lean into all those people who were big supporters of JJ and I. Um, the other company presidents that really were encouragers, asking questions for to all of our resources, family, right? We come from, JJ and I both come from a background of having families who were entrepreneurs, and so we really leaned into a lot of that as well. So
You know, every founder has that moment when it tells them that moment tells them, "Hey, this is actually starting to work." And it's one of those, "Where were you when this happened?" kind of a thing. What was that moment for you?
oh yeah, that's easy. It was Super Zoo 2023. It was right when we started. We unveiled all the products. We weren't in the high traction area. We were a new small booth. We were in a 10 by 20, kind of stuck in the corner by the new product showcase. But we had, I think, 4 spaces in the new product showcase. So we really went out on a limb to say, hey, come look at us, come see what we're doing. And they came. And we had buyer after buyer coming by our booths, wanting to know who we are, where did you come from, and know all about the toys. And just to see people's interest in the innovations, loving what we were doing. It was probably 4to 6 hours into that first day of Super Zoo. And JJ and I looked at each other and we were like, oh, we've got something here. People are interested. They're loving what we're doing. They love our story, and I think that for JJ and I, we weren't new to the industry, right? We weren't, hey, let's just come up with a couple of dog toys and launch them and see how this works. We were, what we say, we were behind the curtain. We were inventing for other companies. And so for us, it was really like a coming out, revealing, drawing the curtain, really stepping out and saying, hey, this is who we are. A lot of these buyers and these big retailers, they were selling our toys, but they didn't even know they were selling our toys, right? And so for them to really meet the inventors behind a lot of those products, and then seeing what we really could do and what we could offer this space, it was exciting. I mean, it was really a serious adrenaline rush. And those shows still are an adrenaline rush for
Well,
us. And
Yeah.
so, that's when it started. Super Zoo 2023, 1 year later.